Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to episode 2 in our playthrough of Final Girl, Hans the Butcher versus Laurie at Camp Happy Trails. In episode 1, we gave an overview of the game, and then Hans the Butcher made a beeline for us right at the fire pit. One of our hapless campers wandered off to get a closer look at him. Let's pick up the action where we left off. So a quick recap of our action in the first turn. Laurie started over here, went up in here, rescued a camper here, brought them up to the fire pit. They were hanging out together at the fire pit, and then Hans came over here from the lake, ran past the dock, making a beeline for where Laurie is, ended up in this clearing. This hapless camper who was with Laurie and safe decided to wander off and take a closer look at Hans, and that's where we ended the first turn. Now, Drew Gingrich suggested, since we've chosen the option of infinite evil, a very heroic deed would be for Laurie to actually try to race up here, try to rescue this victim, and then get out maybe this way, because this is an exit over here. I think that would be extremely heroic, and since Laurie is a hero and the protagonist, that I think is what we're going to try to have her do if she can perform this upcoming action okay. It's Laurie's turn now. It's time for her to take an action. Let's see what our options are. We didn't plan very well for this turn. We only have this one action, sprint. But I do have a plan. The question, and all hangs on the question, is can Laurie sprint correctly? Now, if you recall in the first episode, Laurie tried 2 actions. She did not roll a single success. So Laurie is not off to a good start, but let's see if she can sprint. We also have these close call cards we can play to modify some die rolls here. But first up, if she can get 2 successes, she could sprint 3 spaces, which would be totally awesome. Laurie, it's time for you to level up. We need you to pull through here. Come on, Laurie, let's get some good results. Oh, Laurie, seriously? She's rolled 6 times. We have yet to have a success. Laurie, get your act together. So Laurie completely panics. But, come on, take a deep breath, Laurie. Here we go. We're going to play a close call, and we're going to do this. We're going to re-roll all dice, and we're going to move down our time marker 2. Doing that off camera, we've moved it from a 6 to a 4. Come on, Laurie, let's go. You can't be this bad. Okay, so we got 1 success here. And we're going to keep that one. I'm actually going to use the other, it's not a really odds-on bet, I'm going to use the other close call here to re-roll any 1 die. So we're going to re-roll the failure here. We'll take the success off. Going to re-roll the failure. Let's get another star. Yes! All right, excellent. So we got 2 stars. That means that Laurie can move up to 3 spaces. Let's go execute this. All right, so Laurie can go 3 spaces. Now, I didn't mention this in the last episode, but one thing that we can take the campers with us any place, but they will not go with us into the same space where Hans is. They'll walk there by themselves because they have the death wish, but we can't make them go with us. So we're gonna say, we'll come back for you, we'll save you later. Sure, you're so dead. But Laurie's gonna go here for 1. Now, this camper we can take away from this spot, and watch what we're gonna do, okay? So we're gonna come over here for 2. We're gonna run down to the dock. We're gonna get this other one who just saw them and screamed and said, come on with us. We're gonna go to safety. Then our 3rd move is gonna come over here to the exit. And now at the exit, we can save both of these 2 people automatically. We have saved our first 2 campers and they have gone off. Now we get a couple of bonuses to Laurie's card because we've saved those 2 campers. We left Hans there in that clearing, frustrated. But let's check out what we can do. So here's my plan, and we can use these actions instantaneously. We can play 1 here. Let's play 1 here on move 1 space. So we can go do that right away. And here's my thinking. If we go up here at the utility shed, there are fireworks. And we can use those as a distraction. So we're gonna go 1 space up here, meet this camper, tell them what's going on, and say, come on with us. And now we have 1 more action, not 1 more action, but 1 more thing we can do with this. Let's actually play it here and get 2 time. So let's do the time calculation on this thing now too. So we're adding 2 time. Now we went from 6 down to 4 to re-roll. The sprint actually cost us 1 time, but now we get 2 time back. So we are back up to 5 and we have no cards left. So we are done for this turn and it's time for us to go to the planning stage. Let's think about how we want to spend our 5 points. First up, we get to recycle all of the 0 cost cards back into our hand. They've sat out there 1 turn, so those 6 cards will be available next time. So we can walk. We have 5 points left, and I want to try something. We're going to go to the shed, and I want to see if we can find those fireworks, or perhaps a weapon. So we're going to take the search card, which costs us 2. And then I want to see if we can get the horror level down. And I think this distraction card, it's a card I haven't used yet, But if we get a double success on it, even a single success, the horror level goes down and we gain some time. And this cost us 3 to get, so I want to try that now that we've got perhaps a little bit of space between us and Hans. So that's our purchases. We've finished the planning part of our turn. Let's clean up this planning part, just a couple things to do for that. The first thing is we take the cards that we used last turn, we're going to make those available to purchase next turn. I'll put the sprint card back over in its 2-cost spot, and then these 1-cost cards are here. Now just to note, we have to repurchase these with time. Just because we bought them once doesn't mean we always get them for free. We have to pay for them again. The last thing is we spent 5 time to buy those 2 cards, and then now we reset it to 6 for the next turn. Now it's time for Hans to go on the move. So we know the first default action of Hans is, at this moment in time, is to attack anything in his space once. There's nothing in his space, so we're going to go up to the terror card and let's see what we get. So we're going to pick our second terror card for Hans, and we get, he just keeps coming. Oh, so the hockey mask means the terror level goes up 1, so the horror level goes up 1. Let's do that. Horror level goes from 4 to 5. It's still 2 dice rolls, but we're getting closer to this dangerous zone, so I think that distraction card might have been a good pick for us. Now let's take a look what his action is. This is us and this is a victim. When we have both like this, he's going to go to whoever is closest. And let's figure out, he's going to move once, which at this point in time is 1 space, and then he's going to attack. So we are 2 spaces away. This victim here we left at the fire pit saying we'll come back and save them, is only 1 space away. Hans lumbers over with his 50-pound sledgehammer and whacks him upside the head. Sorry, we didn't save you, and they are dead. Our first victim goes into the dead pile. So that's 1 down. We did save 2, but we've lost 1. Now, anytime a victim dies, we have to increase bloodlust. Here is Hans' level here. So this bloodlust marker is going to go up 1. Still, he's going to have 1 movement and he's going to attack with 2. If we go up 1 more, the horror level will go up 1. But right now, it doesn't really change his behavior. So, but we've lost our first camper here. That's the end of Hans's turn. Now we go to the panic turn. A victim did die, but there are no campers in the same space as Hans, so there's no panic level. Now we go, unfortunately again, we have to go to the cleanup, the upkeep phase there, and we have the death wish, which means the closest camper to Hans moves 1 space towards Hans. This camper's 3 away, 1, 2, 3. This camper that we're with here is 3 away, 1, 2, 3. This person over here across the lake, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's tied between this camper way up here by past the cabins, and then the one we just rescued here, the one we just met. Unfortunately, this one's like, wait, I want to go see what it is. Let's go check it out. So they leave us, they run away from us. They go back to this exit down here. They're going to go check out Hans. Gosh, these campers are so dumb. But anyway, that finishes this turn. Turn 2 is all over. All things considered, I think it could have been a lot worse. Big move here for Laurie now. We're going to try to move up to the utility shed. We'll use that distraction card to see if we can lower the horror level. Try to come up to the utility shed. There are 4 items at each one of these search locations, and you know what the top one is. The top one here is the fireworks for the utility shed, so let's take a look and see what that does. So if we can find the fireworks at the utility shed and search successfully, we can spend 2 time to place the fireworks in our space or an adjacent space. Then we discard this card, and then whenever Hans is going to choose a target, he's going to come to the fireworks. So it's a perfect distraction. We're going to set the fireworks off, he freaks out and he goes straight for the fireworks. When he gets to the fireworks, we throw the fireworks away and then he goes back to searching for other people. So if we place these well, I think we can really send him on a wild goose chase. So with that thought in mind, let's get busy, Laurie. We have so many actions we can pick, but we're going to start with this distraction that will lower the horror level by 2 if we can be successful at it. Maybe even 1, we'll take that as well. All right, here we go, Laurie. Let's get going here. Let's get 2 successes. Oh, we got 2 partial failures, partial successes. So this would just burn up 2 time. You know, let's do this. Let's burn up we're going to donate, give away, discard our short rest and our weak attack to turn one of these into a success. That's all we'll do. And that will make the distraction here, we get 1 horror level and we gain 1 time. So the horror level goes down to 4 again and we actually gain a time. So we're up to 7. Okay, so that's not too bad. Next up, let's get Laurie on the move. Let's get walking, Laurie. Come on, we got a couple double successes here. We haven't had one yet. Oh my gosh, Laurie's so bad. I don't think I want to use our other 2 focuses yet to do that. To switch one of these. Now, you know, we're just going to take the 2 penalty here for time. It's going to go down from 7 down to 5, and then we're going to try to walk again. The die rolls have not been with us here. Laurie is not doing a good job so far, but maybe she's just warming up. Oh, Laurie! Seriously? We've rolled 6 dice again, and we've got no successes. Laurie, you're freezing in this biggest moment of your life. So we're going to take this or condition here. We'll burn 2 time again. We don't even have an option to do anything else with that. We're down to 3 time. We didn't go anywhere. All we did was lower the horror level 1. Oh, this is an utter fail by Laurie here. Okay, I think we're going to call it a day there. We have 2 focus cards, but yeah, we're just going to call it a day. So utter fail here by Laurie. We do, however, have 3 time points left over that we can use to buy new cards. With our 3 points, let's get a sprint again, and let's get one of these close calls. Those would cost 2 and 1 respectively. So that'll give us a sprint, a search, and 2 focuses next turn. And we can re-roll 1 die or both dice. So that burns up our 3 time. I'll do this off camera and then reset it to 6. I'll move back in our basic cards, our walk, short rest, reek, attack. And then we put back up the distraction here too. Those will be available on the next turn. And then that's the end of this turn. Let's go to Hans's turn. Hans starts out by attacking anything in his space. There's nothing here. Let's go pull his horror card. Sorry, his terror card here. Come on, be something good. Oh no! Oh, this is bad. Okay, so this is what's called a minor dark power. And this is, Hans has now unholy speed. He moves 1 additional space for each move, and he gets 2 extra hit points. And let's talk about how we play this, put this into play. So we place this minor dark power card up above Hans here, and then we drop on 2 new hit point markers. And these add 2 extra hit points to him. When we get these first 2 hit points, he loses his unholy speed. Until that point, though, he's going to be moving twice as fast. That throws our whole plan awry because the distraction's not going to really slow him down that much. Gosh, unholy speed, Hans. Okay, that's the end of Hans's move. Nobody got killed and there's no one in his space, so there's no panic phase. However, we do have our death wish. I want to go closer. Oh my gosh, this poor guy. Dumbest camper ever. He couldn't see him yet, so he's going to go walk down to the fire pit and say hello to Hans. So Death Wish plays out here. That ends turn 3. So turn 3 was pretty much a disaster for us. I still think the utility shed is our hope. We can find, maybe we can find a weapon. I'm not sure the fireworks make sense with Hans moving so fast because it's not going to distract him for that long. But we'll think about it. But anyway, still the same plan. Let's get up to the utility shed. Let's search and see what we can find up there. Here are our actions. We can focus, we can sprint, search, close call. So let's start out with a sprint. Laurie, we need you to do better than last turn, which was a disaster. Oh, gosh. I don't think there's 5 or 6s on these dice. Okay, so we're going to burn up our 2 focuses. And that's going to turn one of these to a success, like that, and that will give us move up to 2 spaces and burn 1 time. So we'll do that. We're going to burn the time. It goes down to 5. Let's go move our 2 spaces. So Laurie's going to go 1 up here. Let's grab this camper while we can, and we're going to come up here to the utility shed for our 2nd space. Okay, so now we can search. If we get 1 star, we can take the top item, which is the fireworks. If we get 2 stars, a double success, like that's going to happen, right? Our Laurie is fail here. If we get 2 stars, we can take the top 2 items and pick one of them and put the other one on the bottom. I think I would honestly rather get a weapon here. And we do have this close call card we can play too. Let's see if Laurie can search better than she can walk and run. Oh, yes. Okay. So she would find the fireworks. We're going to actually re-roll this die. We're going to use the close call card, which is the one that we've got. We're going to re-roll this. Let's see if we get another success. Nah, we didn't. Okay, so, but we can grab the fireworks. We'll grab the fireworks. So we're going to add the fireworks, and I think this just goes in our backpack. It doesn't have a hand item, so I think it just goes there, and then it just takes 2 time to take them out and play them. Now, what I think we want to do now, we were at 5 time. The search there took us 1 time, so that's down to 4. We have 4 time left, which we can buy cards. So let's go figure out what we want to get. I think this is pretty easy. I think we want to get the search because we're going to get back these ones here automatically, the walk, walk, short rest, and a weak attack, which is good. But let's get the search, and then let's get the sprint to get out of there. So that would cost us 4 points. I'm going to reset the time to 0, then back to 6. I'll put the close call back in here. I'll put the other search back here, and I'll put the focus, the sprint goes over here. I'll put the focus back there. So we have a search and a sprint ready for the next turn. And if we look now let's go up to Hans's turn and check out and see how things look. So even though Hans has unholy speed, he has a long way to go, and he might focus on this victim here. So maybe, not really good if you're the victim, but it could be helpful for us because maybe we can find a weapon at the utility shed in the next turn. Okay, so let's see what Hans does. First up, we know he attacks anybody that's in his space. There's nobody there. Let's go pull his terror card. So in addition to unholy speed, I think there's one like unholy strength or something like that. It increases attack. Hopefully we don't get that one. Oh, goodness gracious. He's just standing there. Okay, so the horror level goes up by 2. So the horror level goes to 5 and then 6. If we go up 1 more, we only roll 1 die. We've got to bring the horror down, but we don't have any cards to do that. Oh gosh, we're in such big trouble now. Okay, and he is going to move towards us or a victim twice. I think that means he just moves towards this victim, and then he's going to stop, right? Because once he reaches them, he stops. I'll double check. Yes, a quick double check of the rules means he's going to stop right here as soon as he reaches this victim, and he has no movement left. And now it says he's just standing there. So he just comes up to this guy and just stands there with his club. He's not taking any actions. And this guy, but he will take an action next turn. Yes, then we go to a panic phase. Nobody's died, so there's no panic. Someone's going to die. Now we go to our death wish phase. And the death wish phase does not count the person in the victim space. Whoever else is closest to that person except that person. I think it's this person here because it's 1, 2, 3, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, oh, this is 1, 2, 3 as well. I don't know which one is worse for us. I think actually, I will say this one is worse for us because I think we have a chance to save this person. So they're going to walk into the lake and to go see if they... Sounds so dumb. They're going to walk into a lake and see if they can go see him too. Oh, they're like lemmings. So that finishes turn 4. So turn 5, we have a big problem because the horror level is now at 6. If it goes up by 1, we're going to only be able to roll 1 die in the next turn. And if Hans, well not if, but when Hans kills this camper, bloodlust is going to go up at the next level of bloodlust. It increases the horror level. So if we could find a way to reduce the horror level in this round, it would be great, but we don't have any cards that can do it. Our one hope is if we can save a victim in this turn, we can put it on there and lower the horror level by 1. But that's a big ask for Laurie because she hasn't been able to do anything successfully in this battle at all. She's been the lamest Laurie. We're calling lame Laurie. Come on, Laurie. Maybe she'll suck it up and get a second wind or something. In any case, I do think we need to search. We're right here. We got time to do it. We're going to search and then sprint. So let's try it. All right, Laurie, come on. Let's get something good here. Okay, so we got 1 success. I don't want to... We can't re-roll or anything. Actually, there's nothing we can do because it's a total failure on the other one. But 1 success means we can take the top item of the card at your space. So let's go see what it is. So this is the utility shed. This is the top item. We really need a weapon. Yes! Excellent. Old revolver. It's got a range of 1. It adds 1 damage. That's perfect. This is great. This gives us a little bit of hope here, especially because it's a ranged weapon. Now, this is items in hand. It's got 1 hand on it, so it's a single-handed item. And we're going to make Laurie a lefty. So we're gonna put it in her left hand. That's great, couldn't have been any better, fantastic. That search did take us 1 time, so we get down to 5. Now, let's sprint. If we could go 3 spaces, we can get those campers to the exit. This would be the time to be able to get a double success, or at least burn some of our other cards here so that we can kind of get 2 successes. Come on, this is it. This could be the whole game right here. Oh, Laurie. Lame Laurie. Total fail. Okay, and we can't even change it. We don't have any rerolls or anything. So we could move up to 1 space at the cost of 1 health, and it would be 2 time, and it would be the end of our turn, or we can lose a health. So basically she fell down, right? Because she loses a health here. She fell down and lost 2 times. So Laurie tries to run away with her guys, completely wipes out, doesn't get anywhere, and it burns up 2 time. She's down to 3. And then we won't be able to get that horror roll. God, we get the lamest Laurie ever. Okay, but we're not done yet. We gotta start moving a little bit here. We're gonna walk and see if we can get out of here, because we gotta get around that corner before he shows up. So let's try this. Hopefully we'll get something a little bit better. Okay, we got 1 success. That's good. So it's gonna be move 1 space, and it takes a time. So the time goes down to 2, which isn't good, but we can move Laurie 1 space. All right, so Laurie comes down here with her 2 happy campers, and we're gonna try to walk again. So we have our second walk. If we could get a double success, we would get to the exit. So it's not out of hand here that we could be there. Come on, Laurie, this is time. Oh, so close. But I do not want to go down to 1 level here. I don't want to go to horror level 1. So we are going to burn our 2 cards here, and we're going to increase that one to a success, which means that Laurie can now move 2 spaces for 1 time. She's only got 1 time left. That's okay, we can fix that, but now we can move 2 spaces. One other thing I forgot to do, when Laurie fell sprinting, she lost a health point, so she's down to 4 health points. So that's not good either. But Laurie can walk 2 spaces now. 1, 2, and we're at the exit. This camper and this happy camper flee the campgrounds, and we've saved 2 more people. This is excellent. We know one thing we want to do with this camper is to reduce the horror level. Now, to be fair, it's still pretty high. We really could use to reduce it more, but it's down to 5, so maybe it won't get into this red zone on this turn. And we only have 1 time left, and I think we need to buy some cards because we don't have any cards either. So let's put it on 2. That will increase our time from 2 to 3, and that will end our turn. We have no cards left, but we have 3 points that we can use to buy new cards. We get the 2 free focus cards for now. We get those in, and we have 3 points left. You know, I think we're gonna try distraction again, because we really need to get this horror level under control. That's gonna be our focus for the next turn. Okay, we are done. Off camera now, I'm gonna reset the timer and then put the cards back into the menu here. Now it is Hans's turn, and he always starts out attacking the person in his space. That's the end of this happy camper. So our second dead camper. We've saved 4 though. Now this means the bloodlust goes up 1 more level. He's still gonna move 1. Well, he's gonna move twice as fast. He adds 1 additional space, so he's moving 2. Still does 2 damage, but the horror level goes up 1 because another victim has died. So horror level goes from 5 to 6. It's possible the horror level could go up with this next card, because we gotta pick his terror card now. Okay. Please, the gods of all that are out there, don't let the terror level go up. Oh, are you kidding me? He's just standing there again. No, it goes up twice. Oh my goodness. So the horror level goes here, and then it can't go any higher. So what it does is it raises the bloodlust again. So Hans's bloodlust goes up here. It's up to the same level now, but we can only roll 1 die again. Now his action is he's going to go to us or the nearest victim, the nearest camper, and he's going to move 1, it's 2 moves, so it's actually 4 spaces he can move. Closest victim is right here in the lake, so he's going to go to the docks and then to the lake and then stop there. He's just standing there, he's not attacking them. He'll kill them next turn, which is going to raise the horror level again. We can only roll 1 die. Things are looking so grim for lame Laurie here. We now shift into the panic phase, and this time we do have a panic because Hans killed the victim down here, then moved up here. So we have a death in a turn, and we have a camper in the same space as Hans. So we're going to roll the die for panic. And how this works is this number here, this 6 and this 5, if we roll that number that shows up on the die, the victim's going to move in that direction. If there is no number, so on a 1 to 4, they stay in the lake. They get a 5. Oh, that's actually very good for us, right? So they run out of the lake and they go over here to the dock. Perfect. So that, because if he's going to move to the closest person, he might actually move over to the dock, which is going to buy us more time. We can use all the time we can get. Oh, right. the death wish. This is so funny, right? Because they run out of the dock and they're actually the closest one, so they go back. So, oh my God, like that's the stupidest dumb camper ever. That brings us to the end of turn 5. We've gone about 20 minutes. I'll leave the action here. We'll pick it up in the next episode. I'll put a link as soon as it's ready. Things are looking dire for Laurie. Let me know, do you think she can survive?